So this is the US dollar CAD analysis for Monday the 4th of December. Now let's have a look what happened with prices and where they're likely to go. So from the previous video, you'll remember that we did say we're looking to see our price react at 129 level. As you can see, we had a negative reaction initially, with another negative reaction, and again we had this major sell-off. See prices come all the way down to 126.80 essentially. So in around these previous lows, we have in around these previous lows before we did see that bullish buy side momentum coming into the market, we have revisited it, those levels, or we've revisited at 126.80 essentially. Now due to the size of this candle here, very large candle closing near its lows, likely indicates that there was a news catalyst. Yes, there was likely a news catalyst that saw this such strong selling momentum come into the market. Is pretty unusual. So there was likely a news catalyst. So we have seen prices, we have seen selling momentum take us all the way back down into potentially support. Now, in light of the most recent trend, this news catalyst, we will potentially look for a downside target. So let's just have a look where prices may likely go. So just got scale on there, correct? So if we do turn around here, we don't find support at 127. We'll see a price reaction around at 127.80, 128, 127, 126.80, 126.70. A break from which we're looking to see prices target 126.22, which is a major level marked out here in red. And if we do successfully get 126.22, we're potentially looking for price target 125.30. I'd expect 125.30 to be the far end of the range here on Monday, this is the 4th of December. Now, if we clear this chart up a bit, we could potentially look for upside targets if we do in fact find support at 126.80. So if we do find support at 126.80, we'll be looking to target 127.56, beyond which we're looking to target the major level in around at 127.80. If we do successfully navigate 128.80, the next major level we're targeting is in around this 128.40 essentially. Yeah, so if we do successfully navigate 128.80, we'll be targeting, there we are, and we'll change our color. It's not a major level. There we are. So a successful navigation of 127.80. Before we get up to 127.80, again we mentioned 127.56. At 127.56 and between 127.56 and 127.80, we do have the 200 period moving average marked out here in blue and a 400 period moving average. They may act as dynamic levels of resistance. We could potentially see some sell side momentum taking us all the way back down to 127, potentially 126.80. Now, if we do successfully navigate 200, 400 period moving average, as well as 127.80, which is a major level, we'll be targeting 128.40, from which we're looking to target 129 again, where we have seen quite a bit of resistance on the US dollar, Canadian dollar. A successful navigation of which we'll be targeting 129.44. Can't anticipate us successful navigating 129 here on Monday the 4th of December. So let's just have a look at the higher time frames. So if we head over to the monthly, get the scaling correct. So on this monthly chart here, we did come down to that 120.63, I think it was. Yes, 120.63. We did post the spin bar. We did have this bullish candle here. We did expect further follow through, but prices seem to have stalled a little bit here, and we do seem to be posting a bearish month so far in December, most of which is due to last week's candle essentially. overall though, we've got our highs up here, lower high, posted a low there, so somewhat in a bit of as long as we're operating in shadow of this very strong bullish candle, we have to potentially have a bias to the long side in light of this pin bar here, this bullish candle. Even though so far we've had some bearish momentum in the market, until this bullish candle here to the left is invalidated, we do have to somewhat have a bias to the long side, even though on the lower time frames there are plenty of opportunities which to act counter trend. So let's just have a look at the weekly time frame. On this weekly time frame, you can see here, so we've got our highs, had prices breakout to the downside. We found support at 126.3. Had a strong move upwards. Now so far, let's just see. So we've had this move upwards. We're in a bit of consolidation at the moment below this 129, 129, below 129, 129.44, 130. So in a bit of a consolidation at the moment. So we could potentially see a breakout to the upside, targeting that 130 level. Now, yes, 130 level. So we are above the 200 and the 20 period moving average as well. So let's just have a look at the daily chart. So on this daily chart, we can see the very large candle. So this very large candle from Friday. We're still operating shadow from this 129, where we did see some selling momentum in the past. So we do have to have somewhat bearish stance, but usually on a Monday, after we have a large move on a Friday, we do see retracements or consolidation. We see a counter trend move. So here on Monday, wouldn't be too surprised if we just did see a move all the way up to 127.56 or possibly 127.80 before we're seeing a further breakdown in prices, possibly taking out these lows just over here to your left. But overall, as you can see, the trend was to the upside. We've had a pullback, further pullback, and we've had a bit of a double top now. So until we successfully invalidate this bearish candle, I suppose over the short to medium term, it would be it could be cautiously bearish on this US dollar CAD. First, we'll see how the we'll see how much the retracement. We'll see how much the we'll see how far the retracement goes, whether we do invalidate this candle this week. But overall, very strong candle. Usually we do see counter trend moves though on a candle of this size, closing near its lows. It's usually an exhaustive move, so we do expect to see some retracement for possibly further continuation to the downside in the US dollar CAD. So that's your wrap up the US dollar CAD analysis. Thanks for watching.